આપણી વખતે બાવના વાઇસ ચાન્સેલર ડોક્ટર અમીબેન છે. આપણે એમને રિક્વેસ્ટ કરીએ કે she will take it further. Dr. Amiben.
Thank you so much. Good morning and namaskar everybody. It's a pleasure to be a part of this Gujarat Innovation Society, and I'm very happy to be associated with Sunil Shahji at my university also, and that also since more than 2 terms as board member. He has been a strong support to the university and as an individual to me too. Sunil sir, is it fine to have in English? Okay, fine, thank you. When I started with very good morning to all, I know that the mornings are not that good these days, as everywhere around us we see a lot of fear, tension, depression due to pandemic spread. But the spirit within us is of a Gujarati, and obviously the Gujarati is good, feeling good and spread goodness whatever the situation or circumstances are around. When we are talking today about open and distance learning during the time of COVID-19 and after that also, post-COVID also, I think better we start with open and distance learning in ancient India also. When we talk about ancient Indian education system, it had been very powerfully open and distance learning. If you go to the story of Eklavya might have been the first student of open and distance learning education system. Open and distance learning is comparatively very different education system from the conventional universities or conventional system. It is more of student-centric. If we look at the education today, a lot of organizations are talking about online teaching, online learning. The students are deciding whether to attend lecture or not. The teachers don't decide whether the student should be in or not. Open and distance learning is very holistic and student-centric. When we talk about conventional universities, they offer physics, they offer maths, they offer geography, they offer English. But if in conventional university a student goes and says that I want to study physics as a subject with commerce as mainstream, or maybe with computer as a mainstream, I would like to opt for English literature also. I doubt which conventional university would be able to allow or permit that. When we talk about Swami Vivekananda, Vivekananda studied physics also, philosophy also, English also, and Bangla also. That is right choice-based credit system that UGC has been talking since a long, but unfortunately, conventional university with lot of constraint, their norms, they are not able to execute it. When we talk about our ancient Indian education system, whether it was Sandipani Rishi's ashram or Kanvarushi, or you take up any ashram where the lords or gods or maybe emperors, kings, they went for training, education. It was holistic education system where they will be trained for everything. Open distance learning is like that. Why? Because at that time they had to help Guru and Guru Ma for the odd jobs during the whole day till late evening they'll go to sleep. So one hand they were working, on the other hand they were getting educated, they were getting training, subject related training also. In open and distance learning, a person is working in some office, they might be running their own business. So on one hand they are working on livelihood. During their livelihood, lot of exposure to the social circumstances, problems that society is facing, at home also certain problems, and with that, wherever he or she gets time, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 1 hour, they will spend it for their education. That is open and distance learning. Our university has a motto that Samay, Sthan, everything beyond that. So time, place, beyond everything one may get education. Now, when we talk about holistic education, it is very important that the education should be a lot of interdisciplinary, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary. UGC has been emphasizing on multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary studies a lot. And in India also, it came from, inspired from the other countries. International universities with first 200 ranking, a lot of emphasis on interdisciplinary study. Again, when we go back to our ancient education system, we were, when we were talking about holistic education, it was a lot of interdisciplinary study, multidisciplinary study, or maybe cross-disciplinary study. Now for conventional universities, things are very good. I mean, on paper, things are there. Again, it is not the problem with the policymakers there, but the structure doesn't allow that. Because to offer a subject, you have to have appointment of these many faculties. Now for conventional universities, obviously the appointment, sanctioning of the post, appointments of the faculties, offering those subjects is a huge problem. I do remember when as a student, I wanted to pursue my doctoral degree 2 decades back. I approached, very good teachers at that time. I had my graduation, post-graduation in English literature. And with that, I had degrees in Indian classical dance also. So Indian application of rasa theory, that's from Indian poetics. So application of rasa theory in literature and performing arts. I approached so many teachers at that time. The teachers were very happy. Very good idea, very good idea. But then at last, but it's not possible. The university structure doesn't allow. 2-3 years back, one of my student who has cleared a master's in English literature, and again in classical dance also she is graduate, so she thought that even I would like to go for. She approached Kutch University, 2-3 other universities in Gujarat only, 2 universities in Maharashtra also, 1 university in Rajasthan also, 3 years back. And everybody said that it is not possible. Now you see, after 2 decades also in conventional universities, that vast change, though was expected, was not introduced, could not be executed or implemented. In open and distance learning, we are very flexible. So when we think about COVID, during COVID or post-COVID, universities will have to opt for the means, ways more applicable to or more found with open and distance learning. I do remember when some of my colleagues are here on the screen, I can see them. That 2-3 years back, or maybe when I joined 10 years back, everybody, with a frowning face would ask me, oh, you're joining open university with such talent, potential, spoiling your career with open university. So that mindset that open universities are not as good as conventional universities. Even after that also, as a faculty, as a director, as registrar, as a vice chancellor, I always witnessed somewhere that mindset not accepting open university as good as conventional universities. UGC, MHRDs, they have continuously, they've circulated with their strong circulars that the degrees are equivalent of open university degrees are equivalent with conventional universities. But still in some newspaper, there will be advertisements that open university or distance university student may not apply. I'm so thankful to, unfortunately, but yes, I'm so thankful to this COVID and post-COVID situation, the scenario has been changed. All conventional universities are so happy boasting about their being online. They are in the position to not only providing, but we are in position to provide distance learning education. They feel proud of it. So now the scenario has been changed. Every university busy with webinars. Every university, Zoom lectures, Google Meet lectures, WebEx meetings. They're very happy with that. Now, everyone is feeling good with open and distance learning. When we think about open and distance learning in COVID or post-COVID time, we have to be very careful about one thing. That open and distance learning is for the student. It is education system for the student, by the student, and of the student. Why? Because students will decide so many things in open and distance learning. So in post-COVID situation, I've been witnessing, because I am a part of in the governing council of AIU, Association of Indian Universities. I am in forum of vice chancellors of Indian universities. Even Gujarat University vice chancellors forum is there. Everybody is using technology so well, very nicely. But all of us will have to be very careful about one thing, that while offering or reaching to the students, we should be more student centric, not technology centric. ગુજરાતીમાં આપણે કહીએ કે ઘણી વખત માળાના મણકા ગણતા ગણતા ઈશ્વર ભૂલાઈ જાય. That should not happen. That we are so engrossed in technology that we forget that whether it is reaching to the student or not. I'm so sorry, but I have while communicating to academicians, policy makers, and great administrators that usually talk about use of technology, with least mentioning students. Their motto is to reach to the student. So use of technology is to be appreciated. But at the same time, in post-COVID time, how have we reached to the students? When we know that my students are comparatively disturbed, because in open and distance learning, our students are not always that rich. Most of the time, they are at the students at the periphery, learners at the periphery. So they might be passing through many psychological depressions and everything, because they might be facing many financial problems these days. So in these days also, study is very important. But at the same time, I know, and I would like to ask my viewers also today, that we talk a lot about education in COVID and post-COVID, but around us, when people talk a lot, the children might be in 12th, the children might be in TY. How many of them very seriously, gravely talk about education? No. First, they talk about lockdown. Oh, lockdown, lockdown, lockdown. Because they are locked, so they feel down. So they are locked, so feel down. They talk about more down things. Secondly, they are economically tensioned. They are tensed economically because their business is not doing well. They are worried whether their private jobs would continue, the organization will continue hiring them with the same salary or not. So they are, though the child might be in TY last year or maybe 12th or 10th, but their priority is not that education. Economy is their priority. On third or fourth priority, again, health comes in first, second, third. Economy comes in first, second, third. Socialization comes in first, second, third. So fourth may be education. So in India, the priority, education is not first priority. Secondly, the crisis, when they don't realize priority, they don't realize the crisis. अगर पढ़ना है, हमें पढ़ना है, लेकिन कहाँ से पढ़े? स्कूल नहीं जा सकते, हम ये ट्राई करें, वो ट्राई करें. So that crisis are not experienced because it is not in priority. When the crises are experienced, they will realize education, poverty, learning poverty, whether I am rich enough with the means to get educated or not. India, I'm so sorry to say, in India, we are a little bit orthodox, not flexible, with approval of many online platforms and everything. You ask any educated Indian, or maybe any Indian in the field of education, that name online platforms. They will say edX, Coursera, this, that. Maybe 7th, 8th, 9th number, they will say Swayam or Swayam Prabha. How many Indian online platforms are available? Why not? Aren't our university confident enough, or maybe rich enough, or technologically enabled enough that to float their own online platforms? They are, but somewhere we are too rigid in that case. And so when we talk about education during COVID or post-COVID scenario, we have to be very adaptive, very flexible, very approving kind of authority. Approve everything. Now in foreign universities, what happens? You see just what happens. We do not have that marketing nature also. As soon as the pandemic spread was there, all of us might have received, WhatsApp from Harvard University, Harvard offering open distance learning free of courses. Why we didn't get that message from UGC, or we didn't get message from Swayam Prabha? Because Our mindset that we are government, we need not to market ourselves. No. When we really have strong urge to reach to our learner, we have to market ourselves. We have to no, sometimes हम इतनी सारी क्वालिटी की बात करते हैं कि हम क्वालिटी में कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं करना चाहते, इसलिए हम बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग चेक रखेंगे, हम अप्रूव ही नहीं करेंगे. In foreign countries, developed countries, their attitude is different. They say, yes, we believe in quality, but we offer everything. We leave up to the learners that they choose quality. And if it is not providing quality, on its own, it will cease. On its own, it will become absolute. तो हमें भी भारत में ये करना चाहिए कि let there be more online platforms. आज हम जब बात करते हैं कि प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटी को आप अप्रूव करो, let them have their own. कुछ प्राइवेट यूनिवर्सिटीज they flourished like anything. PDPU, everybody knows. Ahmedabad University, everybody knows. Nirma University, there are so good universities, they are doing very well. If they are not doing well, they will disappear. So let the customers, let the learners decide and opt for it. Why should have that many checks if students are not getting enough platters only? In post-COVID situation, students will be happier in a way. Why they'll be happier? Because they will be the king. They will decide. As my daughter is there in school, she's in 12th. तो शी टेल्स कि किसके ने ये लेक्चर अटेंड करते मजा आता है, इस लेक्चर में मजा नहीं आता. तो मजा नहीं आता, वहां पर अपना नाम रखो, फेस भी नहीं दिखता और ऑडियो भी नहीं दिखता. दे आर नॉट. व्हाई? बिकॉज दे विल डिसाइड. The fate of the teacher will be decided by the students. In my university, we have been running this video lectures. Professor Modi is also here. He knows it very well. That we have been on Zoom, the lectures are being conducted, and the students, number of students, how many students attended that shows the teacher's popularity also. How many teachers are comfortable with technology? Many times what happens in post-COVID situation, we talk that students are disturbed. Let me frankly tell you, more than students, the teachers are disturbed, because digital literacy is very important with the teachers. The teachers were not mentally prepared for this digital literacy, digital use of, for educational purpose. So most of the time what happens, that teachers are not trained. They are not comfortable. The students tell, अरे इनका lecture अभी 10 मिनट 15 मिनट तो वो adjust करेंगे, उसी में निकल जाने वाली है. Because the teacher is not comfortable. So first of all, we'll have to train teachers. At our university, we have started doing, and the teachers, we had long sessions, the faculty development, 3 days, 5 days, faculty development programs, how they will develop their own courses, how they will be launching their own courses, how they will conduct session on Facebook, on WebEx, on maybe Zoom or Google Meet. Everything teachers have been trained at a university. So this is the phase when teachers will be trained. So COVID, post-COVID time is for the teachers training. They are doomed to. They don't have any choice. In past, they had choice. Now, something very important is that psychological spend through technology is comparatively lesser than the face-to-face communication. So the teachers will have to plan their lectures very differently. When you are there face-to-face, when the chronamics, space language is speaking in a different way, it is easier. But in psychologically, when you are connected through technology, it's completely different story. So in that case, it is very important that one, as a teacher, one plans lectures very meticulously, using some anecdotes, using some stories, maybe some poem, some very concrete, strong case studies, maybe a small video. So how do you plan it to get connected with the students is very important. And believe me, yesterday, on a national platform, through a Langlit, I was interviewed, and across India, they were Board of Studies member, all academicians, around 680 faculties, academicians, vice chancellors, they were there, we were discussing. So many of them asked me, it was all question answer session. Some of them really asked me that, Madam, when shall we be able to go back to our original method? I told, dear, you see, the time has taught us some best practices also. We have learned some good things. So don't wait to go back to all old things. Whatever new good things we have learned, we should continue when life gets normal. But they said we are not comfortable. Now UGC, now ideal teaching methodology says that the class should be of small size, 100, 120, 60, 80. That's not an ideal educational, higher educational class size. Now social distancing has said that you should have a smaller class. Very good. It's really good. Social distancing has said that the teaching learning should be blended. Now you see, UGC was telling since a long, MHRD was telling since a long, international higher education, psychology was telling that that should be blended teaching learning. How many educational institutes really introduced it? 3 months back, unfortunately, 10% also not. And today, 95% are doing. Why? Because they were forced to do. Okay, fine, you were forced to do. You have learned it. You have developed it. But after 2, 3, 5, 6 months, if the situation goes back to normal, don't leave this best practices. Some of my faculties, they come and tell me, we are open and distance learning university. So we have around 250 study centers across Gujarat, and there the set of counselors go and teach there. Direct, my teachers don't go and teach. But now through this Telegram, Zoom, Google Meet, WebEx, they've started getting connected to the students. Now my teachers come and tell me that, madam, can we continue this teaching method after COVID also, when we get normal also? I really wish that. When we talk about our open university, we have initiated so many things. I think in future, COVID, post-COVID, this will continue with the conventional universities also. 2 days back, UGC took a very good decision. Till today, a learner could not opt for 2 degree programs parallel. If a student is opting for a degree program from some conventional university, he or she may opt for certificate, diploma, or postgraduate diploma from our university, but not parallel 2 degree programs. UGC took this decision that now a learner can have 1 degree program from conventional university and parallel degree program from open university. This is a huge step. And I think the credit goes to the scenario of COVID. And now when we talk about holistic learning overall, because I very strongly feel that today what I am, no doubt my degrees, UG, PG, MPhil, PhD, English literature played vital role. But my learning Indian classical dance, my, being a cadet captain in NCC Navy, these things has helped me a lot. They have really helped me a lot. Now, when a student is pursuing BA with English literature, maybe BSc with physics, with BBA and BC at a time, one can understand that at a time, his mind is getting exposed to various subjects that may help him or her later on in his job also. Believe me, that for a long time, we very strongly connected, we linked degree with placement earning. Now the time has come, the learning will take place for the learning purpose. Education would be looked at from a very different perspective than simply limiting it to the degree. So I think I request Tapanji, when my time gets over, because I am a teacher, so I may keep on speaking for 55 minutes. Okay, I'll wind up. Fine, thank you so much. I really request all of you to visit our university once. I welcome you all. Our university has taken many initiatives in last 1 year. We have state-of-the-art studio. Because when we talk about post-COVID situation, it is all about open and distance learning, all about, whether it's with conventional university or open universities. Our university studio since last 1 year is working from morning 8:30 to evening 7:30. More than 1,000 lectures we have covered. We have already floated on the YouTube also. University has its own YouTube channel, our Facebook. We have taken many initiatives named Gurukul Study Centers, Model Study Centers. Since 25 years after the establishment of the university campus did not have any study center. Now we have our own Gurukul Model Study Center with more than 1,000 students. Atri Special Learners Center that creates learning opportunities for the sex workers, for the transgenders, for the prisoners, jailmates, for really HIV positives and widows and children of martyrs. I'm very happy to say that state government, Gujarat government is helping in paying fees for so many out of them. So really spread this news to the periphery that they should get maximum advantage of this. Swadhyay TV, Swadhyay Radio, internet enabled radio and TV, where we are reaching to innumerable people. Vande Gujarat is channel. We are very thankful to the state government, 24/7 allotted to our university, where we are reaching again to too many students. With whether it is a Nari Saptak Shreni or various webinars, we are trying to reach to every nook and corner of Gujarat and out of Gujarat also. Study in Gujarat has helped us to invite more learners to Gujarat from other states also. I request you to join our university on 28th of this month, where we would be talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat में innovation, नवोन्मेष की भूमिका. हमारे साथ हमारे 3 एक्सपर्ट्स होंगे. सुनील शाह जी हमारे साथ होंगे, हमारे साथ भरत सर होंगे. तो हम 3 एक्सपर्ट्स के साथ जब आगे जा रहे हैं, I really wish that all of you should be joining it. Official invitation surely I'll be sending through Sunil sir and Tapan sir. I'm very thankful to Gujarat Innovation Society for inviting me for this communication correspondence. I would really wish that in future, all of you would visit our university to know about open and distance learning more. Thank you so much, Gujarat Innovation Society and Sunil Shah sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Over to Bharat Bhai.
Thank you, madam. It was a wonderful knowing about Baba Saheb Ambedkar University as well. And a lot of things which you have said, I think perhaps none of the people will be knowing about it, except for those who are connected. So I think it was brilliant. Thank you so much. The next session will be on 26th, is taken by Neeraj. So till then, we'll see. I sign off. Thank you.